Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I've got an interesting video for you today. I want to talk about a new offering from Olight. This is the Seeker 3 Pro. I'm very excited about this light from Olight because the Seeker 2 Pro was hands down one of my favorite lights that they've ever done. So in this video, we're going to take a look at this brand new Seeker 3 Pro and we'll get right to the bottom of this. So now you can see that the throw of this light is 250 meters and it puts out a maximum output of 4,200 lumens. Now they're using 4 LEDs to power this thing. It's just fantastic. Now the current price point at the time of me filming this video is $10 cheaper than the Seeker 2 Pro. The Seeker 2 Pro generally went for around $149 retail. This one retails at $139. So I'm super excited about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the packaging right there. So feel free to pause your screen if you want to hang on to any of this information. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. I'm very excited. I can't wait to take a look at this light. When we talk about the Seeker 2 Pro, it did come with an L-dock. It came with the holster, came with the clean cloth to clean the lens, and it had some self-adhesive that you use for the L-dock. So thank you for being a part of our Olight family. Your support is why we do this. Enjoy, Olight team. Now here it says congratulations on your new Olight Seeker 3 Pro. Talks about the insulation film, talks about charging, and then of course it talks about how to unlock the light. That's a new feature because this has a rotary type switch. So you just rotate that knob quickly over 90 degrees. So this light is going to be locked out when we get it. Wow, the first thing I'm looking at is this color, this holster. Wow, that is very nice. I'm really liking this color. As a survival instructor, I'm always out in the woods, and this is absolutely fantastic. I like the color of that holster. As you can see where my finger is there, you have a belt loop there. You also have that button that I undid. That's in case you want to attach this to a pack or something like that via MOLLE. You've got a nice plastic D-ring, got a little vent hole on the bottom to allow water to come out. And check this out. Nice slide release buckle. So very, very cool. I like that holster. Holster is really nice. We'll take a look and see what else is included in this package before we get too deep into this flashlight. Next thing we see is the USB to MCC3 charger. So this charger will charge at 1 amp, 1.5 amp, or 2 amp, depending on what light you plug it into. As you can see right here, you have that little piece right there that will turn green when you're getting ready to charge, and it'll turn red when you start charging, and green once again when charging is complete. So we're going to go ahead and plug that bad boy in to this power station, and you can see that it's illuminated green, so it's telling us that it's ready to charge. And let's see what else is in here. Looks like there's nothing left in the box. We'll set that aside. This is the owner's manual. Let's take a look there. Again, feel free to pause at any time. This talks about what's included in the packaging. Right there is the specifications of the light. There's a quick product overview. And you've got the indicators that tells you what's going on each side of the light. So you got power level indicator and stuff like that. And And then of course, before the first use, you got to take the insulation film out, charge the light, unlock the light, and there's a little bit where it talks about the MC3 charging cable. Turns red when it's charging, green when charging is complete or when you're not charging. Now this light has a new feature that the Seeker 2 Pro did not have. It's got a proximity sensor. They also offer a Seeker 3 that's not the Pro, and that one does not have the proximity sensor. So if you want the proximity sensor, you have to go with the Seeker 3 Pro. So it talks about that a little bit right there. How to operate the light right there. And I know I'm moving pretty quickly, but I'm going to show you pretty much everything that you're seeing here in this video. This light does have a 3-minute or a 9-minute time, so it'll auto shut off. So that's very cool. And that's really about all there is to look at when it comes to that user's manual. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at this brand new light. Boy, that color is absolutely fantastic. I love the rubber on the side for those grips. That is really cool. Magnetic tail cap right there. And then of course now, instead of having 3 LEDs, they put a total of 4 LEDs on this light, so we get a total output of 4200 lumens. Cool. Let's go ahead and take off this tail cap switch here, or not a switch, but this tail cap. We're going to see what that looks like. So looks very similar. Now I'm noticing that the positive end of the battery is sticking out. Is that the same as what the Seeker 2 Pro was? Yep, sure is. So how does that tail cap switch look in reference to the Seeker 2 Pro? Looks almost identical. Very, very similar there. Let's take a look at the battery that's included here. We're looking at a 3.6 volt 21700 lithium ion high capacity high discharge battery. This is a customized battery, and there's the negative there, and of course there's the positive. Looking inside the housing of the light, you see it's built very well. Good solid construction. We'll put the battery in like that with the positive towards the tail cap, and then of course we'll thread that tail cap on, and as it goes over that black O-ring that you see there, that creates the IPX8 waterproof standard. Now if you notice, there's a positive there and a negative there in case you forget the orientation of the battery. Now one thing I want to make note of real quick is I want to check and see if the Seeker 2 Pro pocket clip will fit the Seeker 3. I'm hoping that it does. So that pocket clip fits very nice. Now charging has not changed. It's the same as it's always been. You just put that magnetic charger on, the indicator will turn red, and once charging is complete, then this will turn green. Now this light is IPX8, like I mentioned. It's also impact resistant down to 1.5 meters. The weight of the light is 7.06 ounces or 200 grams. That weight is with the battery included. The length of the light is 5.2 inches in length, 132 millimeters. The diameter of the head of the light is 1.38 inches or 35 millimeters, and the diameter of the body of the light is 1.10 inches or 28 millimeters. You'll notice that not only do we have a push button switch here, but we also have a rotary dial. So we got 2 different interfaces here, and I'll talk about that in a second. But if you look here on the left, you see there's 4 different dots, and then on the right we have 4 different dots. The dots on the left are telling us what level of brightness our light is on. So this first indicator is telling us that we're on moonlight mode or low. So in either of those settings, that first indicator will be illuminated. When we bump up to medium, that's when we will see this second one illuminated. High is this third indicator. Turbo or strobe is going to illuminate that 4th indicator on the left. Now if we look at the ones here on the right, these are our power level indicators. They're telling us the status of the battery. If this first one is ever illuminated red, it's telling us that our battery life is less than 10%. If it's green, it's telling us that we're between 10 and 25%. If we look at the second indicator, that's telling us that our battery life is between 25 and 50%. Now moving up to the third one, it's between 50 and 75%. And then of course this fourth indicator, and if I push the button here, you'll see them illuminate. That fourth indicator is telling us that our battery life is 75% or more. Now these lights come with an automatic lockout function. I really like that. So if you try to just push the button, you're not going to get anything. It's just going to tell you the status of your battery. To unlock the light, to make it to a point where we can use it, you have to rotate the dial clockwise or counterclockwise, it doesn't matter, and you'll notice that illumination happens on the left. That's telling us that at this point we can use the light. If we push and hold, we're going to go into moonlight mode just like we did before on the previous model. And if we single press, you'll notice that the light will turn off and turn it back on by another single press. The light does have a memory of the last mode that was accessed. Now moonlight mode, as you can see here, is 5 lumens of output, and on this setting we will get 15 days of runtime. Now if I push and hold this button down, you're going to see that the light is going to cycle through the modes. So low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Low is going to be 50 lumens. This will give us 25 meters of throw. It's also going to give us 55.5 hours of runtime. That's 2.31 days. Now if I turn the light off and turn it back on, you'll notice that low also shares that first indicator with moonlight mode. So again, if I turn the light off and then I long press for moonlight mode, you'll see as well that we are sharing that first indicator, okay, whether we're on low or moonlight mode. Now if we bump it up to medium, you'll see the second indicator is illuminated, and medium is 300 lumens. This will give us 65 meters of throw and 640 minutes of runtime. That's 10.66 hours of runtime on medium. That is fantastic. Now moving up to high, level 3. So high is going to be 1200 lumens. This gives us 130 meters of throw, 135 minutes of runtime at 1200 lumens. That's 2.25 hours. And then to prevent the light from overheating, it will step down to 600 lumens. It'll stay there for 35 minutes, and then it will do a final step down, basically down to medium or 300 lumens for an additional 10 minutes. Now if I double press quickly, you'll notice that we have that fourth level, power level illuminated. That's telling us that we are on turbo. This is full brightness. This is 4200 lumens, 250 meters of throw. We'll stay at 4200 lumens for 2.5 minutes. And then to prevent the overheating, it'll drop down to high of 1200 lumens for 127 minutes. That's 2.11 hours. And then after that, it will do a final step down to 600 lumens, and it will stay there for an additional 35 minutes. So as you can see, this light has predetermined brightness level settings through stepping. This light also offers a ramping function, which lets you go from anywhere from moonlight mode all the way up to turbo through ramping. So to do that, we're going to turn the light on, and I turned it on to moonlight mode just for the sake of this demonstration. So at this point, you just use the dial. Clockwise rotation of the dial gets you brighter, and counterclockwise will get you dimmer. And if you notice right here, we're up around high somewhere, but if you keep turning the dial, you're going to eventually see that you'll get all the way up to turbo. Look at that. We have 4 power level indicators. So you can go anywhere in that whole spectrum between moonlight mode and turbo through ramping. So let's say you like that setting right there, you can push, and then when you turn the light back on, it will remember any setting or any position where you stop within that spectrum of ramping. So this is just absolutely fantastic. I love that feature that they have on this light. I also like the predetermined settings: 5 lumens, 50 lumens, 300 lumens, 1200 lumens, and 4200 lumens. But in the event that you want ramping, this light definitely has the ability to do that. Okay, right now we're taking a look at the light, and you see in the center between those top LEDs, there's that little black dot right there. That little black dot is our proximity sensor. This is a very cool function that they've added to this light. What this does is, in the event that you get an obstruction in front of the light and the light's on too bright of a setting, it'll reduce the brightness level down. So for example, if this light is on level 3, which is high, or level 4, which is turbo or strobe, and an obstruction comes in the way, it'll reduce the light down to level 2, which is medium. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that. So let me unlock the light. We're going to start, we're on moonlight mode here. So let's bring it up to level 3. There we are, we're on high. You see we're on level 3. Now, if an obstruction gets too close, pay attention to the light and also pay attention to this brightness level indicator. Remember, we were on 3. If I turn it off and turn it back on, you see we're on high, we're on level 3. Watch. The obstruction comes and gets in the way, the light dims, look, it goes down to level 2. When the obstruction gets out of the way, watch, it'll go back to level 3. See that? The light changed, and also the brightness level indicator tells us in real time what brightness level we're on. So we're on 2 or medium, we're back to 3 or high. Now if we double press and we go to turbo, we're on level 4 in our brightness level. Here comes our obstruction, it gets in the way. Look at that, it knocks us down to 2, and then the obstruction gets out of the way, bumps us back up to 4. The same thing applies when you're on strobe. So strobe warning, 1, 2, 3. There we are, we're on level 4, we're doing strobe, and here comes the obstruction. Look at that, it knocks our strobe down to a level 2 strobe, which is medium. And as soon as the obstruction clears, take a look at that. It goes back to 4 or full brightness. Now, I know that there's some people out there that are watching this video right now and they hate the proximity sensor. Okay, so there is a way that we can bypass the proximity sensor. So let me show you how that works. So let's get up to level 3. Okay, so let's get up there, that we're on level 3 now. So in the event that an obstruction gets in the way, once the proximity does its job and dims the light down, you can double press for turbo or triple press for strobe, and it will at that point bypass the proximity sensor. So we were on high, here comes the obstruction, it knocks us down to 2, double press, it puts us to turbo, level 4. Now you see the obstruction doesn't mess with us anymore. It's staying bright. It's not dimming down. So as long as the light is powered on at this point, it's going to be bypassing that proximity sensor now until the either battery dies or we turn the light off and turn it back on. And I love the fact that you can bypass the proximity sensor. So in the event that maybe you're in a muddy environment or dirt or something on there and it's blocking that proximity and it keeps dimming you, you can just double press and bypass that thing. So it's pretty cool. Now this light also offers a timed automatic shut off. Okay, so it does a short one of 3 minutes and it does a long one of 9 minutes. It's the same exact thing that these previous generation lights had. So in the event that maybe you want to use the light as a night light or something like that, you can use this function. Find the desired brightness level that you want. And then what you're going to do is you're going to push the button and then you're going to push and hold the button. You will get an acknowledgement flash, either a single blink or a double blink. You got to make sure that there's not a long pause between pushing that button and holding it down. So you're going to push, push, and hold. See, we got 2 flashes. that tells me that we have the 9-minute long auto shut off. So in 9 minutes, this light's going to shut off. If you want to cycle and get to the other one, say you want the short one, you do the same thing. You just repeat the process. Push, push, and hold, and you got a single acknowledgement flash. So now that means in 3 minutes, this light is automatically going to turn off. So it's a very cool function. If you want to go back to 9, again, you push, push, and hold. You get those 2 acknowledgement flashes. And now you can use that as a night light, fall asleep, and you don't have to worry about draining your battery. The light is going to turn off automatically in 9 minutes. I think this light is a home run. I really do, because the Seeker 2 Pro was absolutely fantastic. The only complaint that I have about this Seeker 3 Pro is it does not include an LDOC. LDOC was one of the coolest things that Olight has ever done, and the only way you could get it, well, if you were buying a flashlight anyway, was if you bought the Seeker 2 Pro. So with the Seeker 3, I think what they've done is to save or cut the cost a little bit to still give you a fantastic light, but to cut the price down a little bit, they got rid of that LDOC. You can still get it, I believe, if you buy it extra. A lot of you know that they had the standard Seeker 2. Well, when they released the Seeker 3 Pro, they also released the standard Seeker 3. So the Seeker 3 is kind of like this. It has a rubber switch, and I think it's going to be a fantastic light as well. Let's go ahead and test the IPX8 waterproof standard. So we'll put this bad boy on moonlight mode, drop it in the water, swash it around a little bit. Now let's see if we can cycle through the modes. Medium high, let's check the proximity. You see it's working. Proximity, let's double press to bypass that. I love that they added that function. Single press, the proximity turns back on. I love that. Double press for turbo again. There we go. Let's triple press for strobe. Fantastic. This is a awesome light. I love it. I think they've made big improvements. This is a cool light. Olight definitely killed it on this one. Okay, we are here. We've got the Seeker 3 Pro. We're on moonlight mode. 5 lumens, 15 days of runtime. That's a fantastic setting. Now let's bump it up to the next setting. We're going to go to low. This is 50 lumens, 55.5 hours. You can see that's a fantastic setting. That'll give us 2.31 days of runtime and 25 meters of throw. That is a good setting. Let's bump it up to medium. 65 meters of throw, 300 lumens, 640 minutes, or 10.66 hours. That's really good setting. That is bright. Push and hold again. You see we're up on high now. And of course, this is 1200 lumens. We get 138 meters of throw. 135 minutes of runtime. That's 2.25 hours. And then it'll step down to 600 lumens, again, for 35 minutes. Then it'll step down again to 300 lumens for the last 10 minutes. Now again, let's double press. We're going to get to turbo. There's turbo, 4200 lumens. That is super bright. 250 meters of throw. It'll stay on this turbo for 2.5 minutes. Then it steps down to high of 1200 lumens for 127 minutes. That's 2.11 hours. And then it steps down again to 600 lumens for the last 35 minutes. Now let's go ahead and triple press. We're going to see the strobe. There's the strobe out of the Seeker 3 Pro. And I like how when you turn that light on or off, you see those power level indicators and things like that. Now if you want to ramp, you can just turn the dial and you can ramp anywhere. You can get any brightness level that you want. Say we like it right there, we turn the light off, we turn it back on, and you'll see that it comes right back to that setting. You can long press and go back to moonlight mode. Again, this moonlight mode is good for if you're working in a tent or trying to look at a wound, or you're trying to look in a bag, or you don't want to wake up the whole camp. Plus, you'll get a ton of runtime out of this setting. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Double press for turbo, triple press for strobe. So hopefully you enjoyed those night shots. So my final thoughts on this light. The Seeker 2 Pro was fantastic. So they had a great light. When they came out with the Seeker 3 Pro, they took a proven platform, an already extremely solid light, and they made it better. Just when you thought that they couldn't raise the bar anymore, well, they proved us wrong. They took a great light and made it better. Well, folks, I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video of the brand new Olight Seeker 3 Pro. I think this thing is a home run. I hope you got some good, useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and don't forget to check the description box. I will put a brand new affiliate link down below. It's changed, so it's a brand new affiliate link. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.